was wondering why I haven't gotten a question from you guys about the Jerry Jones photo. But when the Kyrie thing was going on, you guys were quick to ask us questions about that.
Okay.
Hold on. And I don't even want you guys to say nothing. When I watched Kyrie talk and he says, I know who I am, but I want to keep the same energy when we're talking about my people and the things that we've been through. And that Jerry Jones photo is one of those moments that our people, black people, have been through in America. And I feel like as a black man, as a black athlete, as someone with power and a platform, when we do something wrong or something that people don't agree with, it's on every single tabloid, every single news coverage. It's on the bottom ticker. It's asked about every single day. But it seems like to me that the whole Jerry Jones situation photo, and I know it was years and years ago and we all make mistakes, I get it. But it seemed like it's just been buried under like, oh, it happened. Okay, we just move on. And I was just kind of disappointed that I haven't received that question from you guys.
Things are really starting to hit the fan now. As you can see with LeBron James making the comments that he's made. A lot of people are starting to really hear our voice in the black sector of YouTube and Twitter and many spaces. The things that we've been talking about, trying to sound the alarm and wake our people up. Telling our people about the racial injustices and the inequality still in 2022. A lot of people, when this Jerry Jones situation unfolded, people was coming out and saying that was a long time ago and Jerry was just a 14-year-old kid. He was a confused 14-year-old kid. And I often ask the question, during that time of our black Holocaust, which we're still in today, if Jerry Jones was standing outside of a Jewish synagogue in 1957, and there was a picture of him standing out there, would these people have said that was a long time ago? Would they disrespect the Jewish culture and said that was a long time ago? The Jewish culture don't allow you to do that because they have a saying, we never forget. You're going to know their culture and they're going to use their culture to empower themselves. But when it comes to black people, they tend to want to control our narrative and tell us how we should feel. Tell us how we should think. And they will say, oh, that was a long time ago and they were just kids. Well, we have images of young boys when there were hangings smiling and pointing up to black people that was hanging from trees. Jerry Jones was at the front of the line in a whole crowd where 6 young black children were being terrorized in a place of Arkansas where hangings was the order of the day. He grew up in that culture. It's inexcusable. It's a part of our Holocaust. He went on to become a billionaire. And not one time has he denounced any racism. He's even told his players that if they participate in any protests, they won't play for his team. He's never hired a black coach. And some of these people will even make the arguments, well, he's employed many black people. Well, he's made billions off those black people he's employed because they were contributing to a company. And because of racism in America, people like Jerry Jones have been able to go on and become an owner and become, be in positions of power. What happened to my people? The majority of our people have been relegated to just workers and having a mindset of behaving and thinking of themselves as less than. Because our Holocaust is still happening to this day. It's a psychological, mental Holocaust now. Jerry Jones doesn't speak out, nor has he even condemned racism since he's been outed. Hasn't done it. Hasn't done it. But what the dominant society does is they place people like Shannon Sharp to come on and he makes a little black talking points, but then goes and says that Kyrie Irving should apologize and these people should apologize. But they said nothing about Jerry Jones until LeBron James finally said something. Now everybody got something to say. When Kyrie Irving got in trouble, they used Shaquille O'Neal to come out and call him an idiot and speak out against Kyrie Irving. Charles Barkley went as far as to say that the NBA should suspend him, and the NBA commissioner, Adam Silver, should not pay him. You paying this man $40 million and he disrespects your culture. Well, wait a minute. The black athlete is the NBA. And if the black athlete decides to walk away, so he's not paying nothing. Kyrie Irving is a major contributor to the business. But they'll put a Charles Barkley on TV to talk of his ignorance and the manner in which he spoke. And then he even went on ESPN to speak. Then you got a Jamel Hill. They mix a little black talking points, but then they talk downward to black folks to appease the dominant society. And this stuff has been going on for a very long time. So when LeBron James asks, why haven't you asked me any questions about Jerry Jones? But when it was Kyrie Irving, you asked questions from sunup to sundown. It was on every tabloid. Well, let me explain something to you guys. White America also has a responsibility to behave in a civilized manner. Behave in a way that's productive to society. They should also be held to the same standards. When you as a black person allow them to say that was a long time ago, or you know you can't be going over there talking like that around them white folks, you are excusing their bad behavior. And telling yourself that you have to behave to a certain standard separate from them. That's what you're doing. And they psychologically condition you to believe that that's okay to do. No, it's not okay. This is part of American history and what they've done. And we have to always let them have a constant reminder, because the mere fact that they would not ask LeBron James when he was on that podium is disrespectful. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to us. It's disrespectful to our ancestors and our legacy of who we are in this country, especially with all what we bring to the economy here. It's disrespectful. And we allow them to do it. They have to conduct themselves and we have to hold them to the same standards that everybody else is held to. They don't get the chance to run away from it or sweep it under the rug. For too many years, they've been allowed to tell black people how they should think, how they should talk, how they should move, how they should walk, to the point where we actually believe it. We actually believe it. Stephen A. Smith came out against Kyrie Irving, but vehemently protected Jerry Jones and said that he was offended by the picture. Went on to say all the things that went on in the South, but then he also went on to say that was a long time ago. But how can you say, what about all the family members that was hung? What about all the families that had loved ones that was hung or put in prison unjustly or murdered, where it's not even recorded in the state of Arkansas and places like Little Rock? Because not just Little Rock 6, the next week you had the Little Rock 9 on the other side of town. So how can you part your lips as a so-called black American go and say that was a long time ago? When you do that, you give them room to wiggle out of this history, this barbaric history. And we're still up under them. They're still making us apologize. They're still castrating our people mentally. But people like Stephen A. Smith come out and he runs interference for these people. But now that LeBron James done spoke up and said something, people like Jay Williams done spoke up and said something, now what happens is it puts the power back in your hands to speak up. Let's never forget, our history is our history. And let's use our history to empower us going forward. And don't let nobody disrespect that. Nobody. I don't care who it is. So make sure y'all leave a comment in the comment section. Hit that like button. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share to the George Maitland Experience. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.